Chapter 4, Problematic Consonants. This chapter will help you to fix the most common consonant errors that non-native speakers of English make. The pronunciation of some of these sounds is exclusive to American English, and other times the pronunciation is difficult for non-native speakers because the sound does not exist in their native language. The various T sounds of American English. We'll start with one of the most distinctly American consonants, the letter T. The T can be pronounced in several different ways, depending on its position in a word and depending on the other sounds that surround it. Sometimes the T sounds more like a D, as in water and atom, and sometimes it's not pronounced at all, as in often and interview. Other times it's barely pronounced, as in but and cat. Also, it can change to a different sound when it's followed by an R, as in try or truth. The held T sound. In the previous chapter, you learned how to hold the final consonants. The T is the most commonly held consonant in American English, and holding the T is one of the most recognizable features of the American accent. Native speakers of other English accents, such as British English, tend to release the final T when the next word begins with a consonant. For example, they say, "I don't care," whereas Americans say, "I don't care." And non-native speakers of English also almost always release the T in the same way. The held T is created with the tongue touching the gum ridge and not coming back down. You hold the tongue up and no air comes out of your mouth. Listen to the difference between the released T and the held T. The first word you hear has a released T, and the second word has a held T. Cat, cat. Right, right. But. The other way to create the held T is to close the vocal cords to stop the airflow and quickly release. We always hold the T when the following letter is a consonant, regardless if the following consonant is part of the same word or if it's at the beginning of the next word. For example, we don't say apartment, we say apartment. Or we don't say that man, we say that man. Held T plus a consonant. Always hold the final T when the next word begins with a consonant. Instead of saying at work, say at work. Word pairs for practice. It was. Might do. Can't go. At work. Didn't like. Won't need. 8 weeks. Budget cut. Always hold the T when the next letter within the same word is a consonant. Football. Outside. Lately. Nightmare. Atmosphere. Atlas. Atlanta. Butler. Sentences for practice for the held T. I might not do that.
It's not that great.
He built that website last night.
It felt quite hot in Vermont.
What? That can't be right.
Matt went out for a bite to eat.
That apartment felt quite hot.
If you eat out every night, you'll get fat.
Study tip. Make a list of the most common words that are used in your workplace, or if you're a student, the terminology in your field of study. Find out the correct pronunciation of these words. Also, master the pronunciation of the name of the company that you work for and the names of your American coworkers. This will greatly add to your confidence level when you're speaking in a professional situation. Held T before an N sound. When the T is followed by an N or N sound within a word, make sure that you hold the T. For example, we don't say button or button, we say button. Hold the T as in but, and then add an N without releasing the tongue from the gum ridge. Button. Similarly, don't say written or ridden, say written. Don't say kitten or kitten, say kitten. Words for practice. Certain, gotten, mountain, lighten, cotton, Britain, eaten, written, forgotten, frighten. Sentences for practice. T plus N sound. I will shorten the curtain.
He has eaten the rotten food.
I'm certain that it was written in Britain.
I've already forgotten the sentence.
That cotton blouse has buttons.
Martin Luther King and Bill Clinton are famous Americans.